Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome to my hobby blog. Today we are doing the final video for the Vinegar Syndrome May package in the year of 2022. I totally forgot that I hadn't done a ranking yet, and it's been about a week since I have reviewed the final movie that I watched, and I felt like I was missing something, and it ended up being this, so I apologize to those who were waiting for this specific video. But don't worry, I'm now doing it now. So we're going to start from my least favorite to my favorite release of this month. And I did throw in the VSA title for this month just because I was really interested in the movie. It looked good. And I'm happy to say that it was good. It was in my top 3. So it was in the, I guess, the upper half. Because we have 6 titles today that we are going through and looking at the ranking of. And the first one is one that should not come as any surprise because I did not care for this one really at all. I had next to no thoughts on this. I don't even remember if I watched any extras on this, but I do remember not being really, I guess, enthusiastic about it when I was reviewing it. And this is the film from 1980. I'm too lazy to look at what the director's name is, but it is Scared Stiff. I did not care for this at all. I thought the creature was just good enough to be entertaining, but nothing really happened throughout the film. We can't have really any woman characters at all. That was kind of my big complaint, was that everyone was in service to the male character, our main character. And it was very just basic to me. It was the just bottom of the barrel in terms of the sci-fi genre. It was very boring. There was nothing going on, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't remember anything from it. But this next one is one that I kind of liked. It was just interesting enough that I wasn't bored, but the fun thing about this is that the band that this movie has as the main kind of alien characters, they actually commented on my post on Instagram, kind of talking about the movie, and that was a lot of fun to see. But this is the 1984, I want to say. Yep, 1984 film, Voyage of the Rock Aliens. This is number 5. It was just entertaining enough that I wasn't bored throughout, and I really enjoyed the behind-the-scenes documentary that came along with this, and hearing Michael Berryman talk about the film. That was probably my favorite part, was definitely the behind-the-scenes over the actual movie. The soundtrack is very, it's like on the edge of being tropey and I guess low effort. It's hard to describe, but the movie is just good enough to where it's not like eye gouging to listen to. And now we're going to, I'm doing this a little fast, but the next one is a double feature that I'm just going to serve as one release. And this is definitely the double feature of the selection, containing Horror High and Stanley. Horror High was definitely the better movie, but I thought that Stanley was the more interesting movie out of the two. I enjoyed both of them a lot. They were a lot of fun, very genre tropey, I guess. It's made kind of in the South, in the United States, which was interesting to, I guess, watch. But if you want to know more details, go look at the review, because all of these movies, except for like 2 of them, are not fresh in my mind really at all. I guess that's the disadvantage of taking so long, but this double feature was definitely worth the exploration. I really enjoyed both of them. One of them is directed by William Grefé, who hails from Florida, and he's kind of the biggest I guess, genre director in the South. And there's a box set of his from Era Video called He Came from the Swamp. And it's like 8 of his films, and none of them are Stanley. So I guess this is the definitive release of Stanley. But my going now into the top half. This is my number 3 out of 6 choice. This is one that I was hesitant on including on the package because technically it's not part of the subscription, but I still enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I would. The behind the scenes documentary that they made for this release was really good, and I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. And this is the film Cloak and Dagger. I really enjoyed this one. I was not bored for a single second of it. There were a couple scenes that didn't work for me that I just ignored, honestly, because the rest of the movie is so good that it was okay with me. I really enjoyed it. Interesting to see Henry Thomas, I guess his name is. He was from E.T., and the behind the scenes of how the director and the writer got involved with this movie is very fascinating. I really enjoyed the behind the scenes. I recommend everybody to go watch that. So, going on to our number 2. This is one that I thought I was going to either dislike a lot or think it was just okay. And I ended up loving this movie. The more time that I've spent thinking about it and kind of going back and forth between watching the other cut of the film that is included here or not, I can definitely say now that I really, really enjoyed this one. This was one that I thought was the only time that a porn film actually used its hardcore scenes in a way that was relevant to the plot and really built up kind of our hate towards these characters that end up exploiting our main character. And at this point, if you don't know what movie I'm talking about, it is Thriller, A Cruel Picture. Again, as I said in my individual review on this movie, I watched the hardcore cut rather than the non-hardcore cut called They Call Her One Eye. And I was given a correction during that review after I posted it, saying that the standard edition, the standard Blu-ray of it, still has the They Call Her One Eye cut of the film. It's the 4K edition that doesn't have it. So, or at least doesn't come with the 4K disc separately like this. I wasn't exactly sure, but I am told that They Call Her One Eye is included in the standard edition, which is good. So I know that was one thing a lot of people were pretty mad about when it first came out, but I'm happy it got reconciled and fixed. But this movie was just lovely. I ended up not hating it, maybe because I had such low expectations for this, but I was very happy with it. I loved all the murder scenes of Christina Lindbergh murdering all the people who have been exploiting her. And I love her outfit. I love her little eye patch. I love that she actually trains to be a killer rather than just one day becoming a killer, which is what happens in a lot of these movies, unless they already have a cop background, such as the Death Wish films. But this is not my number 1. This was my number 2. My number 1, of course, by process of elimination and by everyone knowing how much I already love this film, and it was one that I completely forgot actually came in the package. I thought this was from last month. That's how long it's been since I did that review. But it is Miami Connection. I am so happy Vinegar Syndrome put this out. I'm so happy it came in this really nice packaging of the slipcover within the slip box. And this movie is one of my favorites of all time. It is so corny, cheesy. I love the dialogue in this movie. Very few lines roll off the tongue well from our actors. our main producer, actor guy, Grandmaster YK Kim, he is so charismatic in this movie, and he has just so much inspiration to give to everybody about using Taekwondo as a means of meditation and, general happiness in the world, and it being far more than just a combat tool. But oh my god, I'm so happy this came uh, with the package. This is one that I was going to buy no matter what, and especially if it came in a really nice slip box like this, which is what I was expecting. Uh, it would not have stopped me. I love Miami Connection. I knew this was going to be my number one. I love all the new interviews that they filmed for this release. I love the documentary they made. I love that they included the original cut of the film, which I didn't even know there was an original cut. It was probably the best exploration I've had in a very long time in regards to going through special features, rewatching the movie over and over again with the audio commentary track. This was such a great release, and I love the design too of Dragon Sound on the back, which is our main band name. And you open it, and it comes out with this awesome slip cover, and then you get the original artwork, which is so refreshing to have that available on this edition. I was kind of afraid that it would be a little too similar to the slipcover artwork, and I'm happy it's different enough that it's still awesome. So I'm so happy for this month. This was probably one of my favorite months in a very long time. I only had issues with one of the movies, really, and I was of course scared to death. That one was just very generic in my opinion. But that is it. I'm so happy to be done with this month's releases. All of them were great in some capacity. Some were perfect. I'm just ready to move on to the next month's, which is full of more trash films than I think we'll be expecting. So a slow month for sure is coming up next for the June, or I guess the July package, because they for June they had the partner label, I guess, sale. So I apologize for not having the haul up yet of all my Vinegar Syndrome titles I got during the Black Friday sale, or the halfway to Black Friday sale, but I'm working on something. I promise I have something coming. In one format or another, it will be out soon, within the next week or two. So hopefully that is not too long for y'all, but I swear it'll be worth it. I have a lot of different movies coming in too, with the Criterion sale this month, and a lot of, I guess, Orbit DVD hauls that I've been doing lately. Just trying to catch up on some newer releases that I need in my collection. But that is it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and please don't forget to favorite the video or like it, whatever they call it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and comment what you think of these movies and what your ranking would be. Thank you all again.